KMES English Medium Junior College. Welcome its students for online lecture of philosophy for standard 12. For the chapter 1, there is something but what it is. For the topic, Jaina Darshana, Vaisheshiksha Darshana and Buddha Darshana. Students, in the previous lecture we have studied about following topics: ultimate reality, number and nature of ultimate reality, metaphysics in Indian philosophy, and Charvaka Darshana, where ultimate reality. Experience changes from person to person, but the object of experience does not change. This unchanging nature of the object is called ultimate reality. Number and nature. Philosophers were wondering about what are the basic elements for the formation of substance. How many are they and what are the nature? This leads to the question of number and nature. Metaphysics in Indian philosophy. The branch of philosophy that undertakes in-depth study of the existing reality, that is Satya, is called as metaphysics. Charvaka Darshana. Charvaka Darshana believe in materialism and pluralism. According to them, the universe is made of 4 elements, and there is no creator of it. The formation of universe is due to the interaction of these 4 basic elements. They reject the notion of independent existence of soul. They believe that the combination of these 4 basic elements produce the living or the conscious body known as soul. Students, in today's lecture, we are going to study the first chapter. There is something but what it is. We are going to study about the following topics in this lecture: Jaina Darshana, Vaisheshiksha Darshana, Buddha Darshana, Sankhya Darshana, Advaita Vedanta Darshana. So, let's study each of these darshana in detail. Jaina Darshana. Jaina Darshana is also known as Nastik Darshana. Jaina Darshana advocates pluralism. According to Jaina philosophy, all the things that exist in this world is classified in 2 ways: living, known as Jiva, and non-living, known as Ajiva. According to Jain philosophy, non-living object, that is Ajiva, does not have consciousness. So, according to them, consciousness is absent in non-living object. Jaina consider 9 basic elements, that is earth, water, fire, air, ether, motion, rest, time and space. We have also studied the concept of space in science, that every physical object that takes some space, that is place. The existence of is certain time. and it requires motion to be created. So, the concept of space, time and motion is also explained in science. Example of this is, if you and your friend are reading the same book in a classroom, it means there are two books. Similarly, students in the previous class, when they come to your class, they too will read the same book. So, there is active participation of many individuals in the process of book making. Each object is made up of inseparable part of matter, that is, item. According to Jain, living being, spiritual, natural object, the mind, the speech, the breath are all made of matter. According to Jaina, Jiva, soul, Atma, is conscious. Jainism believes that the body of human being is different from the soul. So, they are human body and soul are two different objects. In Jiva, the soul, Atma, is conscious. It can never be unconscious. Charvaka believe that the soul and the body is one and the same thing. So, Jainism do not agree with Charvaka. So, Jainism believe in pluralism. They believe that the material substance and the spiritual substance independently exist. Vaisheshiksha Darshana. Vaisheshiksha Darshana is an orthodox Astiya Darshana school of Indian philosophy. It was founded by Saga Kannada. The Vaisheshiksha view of reality is expressed by the notion of Satya Padartha. Vaisheshiksha believe in pluralism. Pluralism means the theory which believes that there are many principles or reality. The concept of item was given by Vaisheshiksha Darshana in ancient times. According to them, all things that we see have shape or form. Because it has shape or form, we can see them. Small objects cannot be seen clearly by naked eyes. To see such minute objects, we require microscope. Such objects have ultra-microscopic dimensions. So objects break into small pieces. For example, if you take a chalk, we can break the chalk into several parts and this part into a powder form. So it is divided into small minute particles. Another example of it is, if you observe a broken glass of a car that is met with an accident, you will notice a tiny pieces of glass crushed. These two examples explain us that all the visible object is made of a minute particles, invisible to our eyes. Vaisheshiksha has realized that if we went on dividing the object, we would eventually reach to the indivisible part, which would not be possible to divide further. It was these indivisible parts that they named as atom or Paramanu. All material objects are created by the integration of items of earth, water, fire and air, while the destruction of these objects is due to the disintegration of items. Items, however, are eternal. They are neither created nor destroyed. They exist forever. Items are eternal and imperishable. But the objects created from these items are non-eternal and perishable. According to Vaishya, there are in all 9 substances that form the basic of universe. Apart from the 4 basic elements, that is earth, water, fire and air, the 5th basic element is ether. 6 is space, 7 is time, 8 is mind and the 9 is soul. They come. Vaishya explains the visible world with reference to these 9 substances, all as well as their qualities, their activities, their similarity and their particularity and their relationship. The distinctive characteristic of Vaishya metaphysics is that at initial stage it only takes into consideration the thing that exists, that is bhava. But they later also accept the non-existence of bhava. According to our knowledge of world, the world consists of what is and what is not. For example, if you arrive at the exam center and you realize that your friend has not come for the exam. Second example, if you go for a trip, you miss the presence of some people who have not come for the trip. Third, if you go to some store and you do not find the stuff that you have gone to buy for, you will miss the non-existence of things. Vaishya has discussed the non-being above in detail. Because they are aware that our experience of the world is combination of both the existence and the non-existence, that is being and not being, this is and that is not. So, from Vaishya point of view, the ultimate reality is pluralistic and realistic. Siddhartha Gautama Buddha was not interested in the metaphysical question. According to him, such questions are not capable of giving any useful result to attain freedom from suffering. Gautama Buddha has given 4 noble truths that are related to the problem of suffering. These 4 noble truths are the truth of suffering, the truth of the cause of suffering, the truth of the end of suffering, 4. The truth of the path that leads to the end of suffering. So, these metaphysical questions cannot give us freedom from such sort of suffering. His view about reality can be understood through second noble truth, the cause of suffering. He has given the theory of Pratya Samutpada. According to this theory, the existence of everything that exists depends on some condition. On the existence of some other thing. It means that the existence of everything is conditional. If the condition on which the existence of a particular thing depends gets destroyed, then the existence of that particular thing will be destroyed too. If we put this into terminology of causation, it can be said that behind the existence of every object or event, there is some or the other cause. Nothing can exist without a cause. So, if there is a cause, then there is effect too. Similarly, if the cause or the component that is necessary for the existence of a thing is destroyed, then the thing gets destroyed too. For example, when a person is suffering from a particular disease, the doctor provides him a medicine that would kill that disease. For a good health, we require nutrition food. If there is lack of nutrition food, it has adverse effect on health. The second theory that was given by Gautam Buddha is the theory of impermanence. According to the theory of Pratitya Samutpada, which states that the origin of everything that exists depends on some other thing. The theory of impermanence says that everything that exists in the world will be destroyed eventually. Though nothing is eternal or permanent, whatever is impermanent, changing because existence of everything that exists is dependent on some other condition. Impermanence, change is the characteristic of universe. It is mainly due to this reason Buddha rejected the existence of God and soul, or the existence of any permanent substance. Sankhya Darshana. Sankhya Darshana provides a systematic presentation of dualism. It also accepts the concept of realism. So, the Indian tradition of Sankhya Darshana believes in dualism and realism. According to the Sankhya Darshana, the material principle and the spiritual principle exist independently. Both the material and the spiritual substance are eternal and infinite. Sankhya Darshana refers to the principle of consciousness. This consciousness is known as Purusha. Consciousness is not just an attitude, but the sense of Purusha. Purusha is a pure consciousness. There is no trace of matter in this principle. It does not undergo any kind of transformation. The Purusha is inactive. It means the Purusha does not perform any action. The Purusha exists beyond the physical world. Change, activity, creation, destruction are all characteristics of material principle. Material principle is called Prakriti by Sankhya Darshana. Prakriti consists of three elements: Sattva, Raja and Tama. Since all the three material objects originate from Prakriti, these three elements are found in different proportions in every object. When the Prakriti is in its original state, all the three elements are in equilibrium. That is, none of the elements overpower the other. These equilibriums get disturbed as Prakriti comes in contact with Purusha. These initial cause of movement from of Triguna and the entire notice world sequentially evolve into Prakriti. Prakriti, cause of evaluation that makes from substile elements to gross elements are as follows: intellectual, ego, mind, sense organs, motor organs. These are five substile elements. Five gross elements are also there. Sankhya believes that at the time of dissolution, each element returns to its original state, and gradually the entire visible world merges into Prakriti again. These states of creation and destruction occur repeatedly in the course of time. The concept of time in Indian tradition is cyclical. Due to this circular motion of time, it is believed that the similar state of existence keep recurring in the universe in the same sequence. The Yuga concept of Indian tradition is related to this cyclic notion of time. To summarize Sankhya, metaphysics, the material principle and the spiritual principle exist independently. Their properties are mutually opposite. There are no elements of consciousness in matter. Similarly, in consciousness there is absolutely no trace of material substance. However, in human beings, the body and the soul, that is the material substance and the spiritual coexist. In Indian tradition, right from the time of Rigveda, it is believed that the universe is fundamentally one. Everything that exists in it is just a part of the existence of an external Purusha. The development of this notion of oneness of universe is also found in Upanishad. The one and the only ultimate reality, according to them, is the universe, known as Brahma. Sankaracharya were explaining the term monism, said the plurality, diversity and the change experienced in the world is only an illusion. Only permanent, eternal and unchanging Brahma exists. Whatever is only Brahman. It does not undergo any change in reality. It seems to have undergone change, but in reality it does not. We feel as if we experience many things, but everything is actually one and the same. Plurality does not exist. Moreover, we and all that we experience is not really separated from each other. All of us see dreams. In a dream, we meet many people, see many things, and experience them. But the dream world is not real. And you also are aware of the fact that existence of dreams is not separated from your existence. When you dream, the dream appears to be real. When you wake up, you realize that what you were experiencing was just a dream and not the reality. Similarly, the change and the diversity that we experience in the waking state is only a maya, that is a grand illusion. We understand it only when we attain a proper knowledge of ultimate reality. This knowledge is known as Brahma Dhyana. Shankaracharya has described three levels of reality. What we experience in dreams is called dream reality. The reality that we experience in waking state is called empirical reality. In a real, on a practical level, but just as the dream world becomes unreal once we wake up, similarly, the empirical reality becomes illusionary when one attains the knowledge of Brahman. The ultimate level of reality is called as Paramarthika Satya, as stated by Shankaracharya. The the Paramarthika reality never proves to be unreal, that is ultimate. Brahman is devoid of property and any form, so it is called as attribulous and formless. It is due to our ignorance that we do not experience Brahman, the one and the only reality, whereas we experience only the object that has come from the attributes. Brahman is conscious. The same conscious is present in us. According to Advaita Vedanta, once you realize that your soul or your consciousness is the Brahman itself, you attain the knowledge of Brahman. Advaita Vedanta tradition is idealistic and monistic.